Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Sherwood Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, September 11th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. So we'll start off looking at active listings here. So I show we had 6 new properties come on the market last week in Sherwood, and you can kind of see that that's down from the week prior, but kind of within the range of where it's been over the past 8 weeks. Ended the week with 70 homes active on the market, which you can kind of see is almost unchanged from the week prior, where we had 71. Median price and days on market, you can kind of see the median price has been increasing here over the past 6 weeks or so. We had a low of 725 about 6 weeks back, and this last week got up to 784,000 was a median price in Sherwood. And then days on market had been increasing, got up to 45 days about 3 weeks back, and it's popped back a little bit since then because of some of the newer listings that have been coming on over the past 2 or 3 weeks. And this last week kind of came in at 36 days of average market time for the 70 active listings. Moving along to pending sales. Last week I show we had 7 new pendings in Sherwood. You can kind of see it's been pretty steady here over the 8 weeks, kind of right in there with where it's been for the most part. And ended the week with 62 homes in pending status. That's been kind of slightly trending down here over the past month, but it hasn't moved a whole lot. We had a low of 61 and a high of 67, or excuse me, a high of 69. So it's within that range. Median price and days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see we hit a high of 807,000 median pending price here about 6 weeks back. It's been falling, as you kind of see from there. This last week kind of tumbled down again to 704,000 was the median pending price for the 62 homes currently in pending status. And then days on market, that has been rising, as we've kind of been talking about. It had a low of 5 8 weeks back, and got up to 14 2 weeks ago. This last week fell back a little bit, back to 12. So homes taking a little longer, certainly to kind of get into contract. Lastly here, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I show we had 9 properties crossover from pending to sold this last week in Sherwood. Kind of towards, I would say in the middle where it's been over the past 8 weeks on a weekly basis. And then when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a rolling basis, this last week, the reading came in at 32 homes over the past 4 weeks have closed. You can kind of see that that's up a little bit from the prior week, but certainly kind of down from where it was, earlier in the period here. Median sold price and days on market for the solds, that has been increasing from a low of 635, and last couple weeks has been right around 825, 822, 825 the past couple weeks. And then days on market was around a week, popped up to 12 a couple weeks back, and this last week dipped back down to 9. So, things that had gotten into contract a while ago, still were, within a week to a week and a half of market time. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars is that weeks of inventory number. And you can kind of see we started off at just under 7 weeks of inventory, got down to just under 6 weeks, and it's been starting to increase here over the past couple of weeks, with sales kind of starting to fall off a bit, and active listings kind of holding steady. So we were up to about 10 weeks of inventory a couple weeks back. This last week dropped about a week down to about 9 weeks of inventory. And then the sale price as a percent of the list price, that certainly has been cooling off, as we kind of been talking about here for a while now. So we were at max high of 101% 8 weeks back, and you kind of see it's certainly kind of moderating this last week. Took a pretty good sizable little dip here from 99% down to 97%. So, prices are definitely, starting to come down. We're seeing more price reductions in the market. That's starting to, filter through on the sold results here. And, with nine weeks of inventory, a little over 2 months. I would still certainly kind of classify this as definitely kind of a seller's market environment, but certainly one that is cooling and moderating. And I would certainly anticipate that probably is going to be the continuing trend here as we move forward. So, but I'll certainly keep you updated. So hope this weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. So if so, always appreciate any likes, comments, shares that you might have for me. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate that. Help grow the channel and allow you to kind of stay up to date on what's happening in your local real estate market. So you can reach me at 503-680-2065 if I can answer any questions or be of any help. I'd be happy to speak with you. And as always, I really appreciate you watching and hope you have a fantastic day and week ahead. Thanks.